It was the first day of our Saskatchewan wilderness hunt. If you saw the previous episode, you saw the color-phased bear that tried to get in the blind with me. Well, with me in the boat en route to that hunt were two of my other friends that were dropped off the hunt as well, Ryan Greb and Mark Cuddyback. There must have been something in the air because Ryan also had a tremendous hunt that got hairy.
Camp, the whole area is remote, but where we put the boat in was in the middle of nowhere. Every inch further we got in that boat, the more excited I was to get further and further and further away. You know, being from Arkansas, we feel like that we have some pretty remote places, being around the Ouachitas and the Ozark Mountains, but you get up in there in the northern boreal forest and it's a whole different element. You don't know what wild and remote is till you experience this.
A quick game of rock, paper, scissors between Mark and Ryan decided who'd sit where.
I win, I go here.
After Mark won the paper, rock, scissors match, Colby dropped all of us off at a point and then drove Mark into the bay. The bay was too shallow for the boat to be loaded with so many people. Mark would also have an exciting evening. Ryan claims to have thrown purposefully the rock, paper, scissors match because he had a good feeling about the second bait. And then we were off to Ryan's spot.
This bait was off the actual lake we boated in on and turned into a river or a creek system, and it snaked back in there about a quarter to half a mile, and it was just a really neat looking spot. Colby had just put this bait out a week before, and he said it looked like it'd been getting hit pretty hard, but he hadn't checked the camera, so he was pretty excited himself to see the activity, so I was ready to give it a go.
We're here with Bear Pro Safaris, Colby Morrison, Northern Saskatchewan. It's June 26th, late. They're still rutting, and he's put us in here on a new spot. About a week old, but it's getting a lot of activity. It's pounded real hard. Mosquitoes are pounding me too. Hopefully my thermostat will be cranked up here pretty quick, but got a long sit, probably about 8 hours. Looks like there was 4 or 5 bears hitting this, according to the camera. Looked like one color bear, but we're gonna see what goes on.
Well, before he even walked back to the boat, I just had this vibe that there was bears close. It didn't take long before the first bear showed up.
This young bear circled Ryan a few times, but he was acting very nervous. Not long after he ran off, a big bear that Ryan assumed was a big male came walking into sight. However, it had a little cub with it. It was a huge sow. This sow would play an important role in this unfolding hunt. The sow fed for a short time before Ryan heard the sound of branches cracking in the distance. They got closer and closer, and he knew exactly what it was. It was a big boar approaching. The sow wasn't happy with him being there. She put her cub up a tree, and then an amazing bear fight ensued. Remember how big the sow looked? This bear makes her look small.
Well, I heard this bear before I even seen him. He was breaking trees and brush, and I knew for a bear to be doing that, he was going to be a mature bear. He's announcing his presence, and as soon as I got my eyes on him, the way he was just lumbering in, his posture, he didn't have a care in the world, that he was the big boy, and I knew right then that I needed to grab my bow.
The big bear then went to the barrel, and Ryan was able to make a perfect shot.
This huge sow is on top of my boar, tearing him up. It's crazy.
The bear ran 20 yards and died, but the sow still wouldn't leave him alone. This was an amazing display of bear behavior. Using a Garmin inReach, Ryan communicated with Colby.
What do you got going on, Colby?
Well, we just got a sow with a cub up the tree. He's right up top there. And your boar's laying just off to the side there. We're just hoping she'll get him down and get out of here so we can take her. She's naughty, she's kind of aggressive, so we're probably going to back off to the boat and give her space, and maybe she'll get him down and let us do our thing here in a bit.
They decided to get out of the area for a while, and luckily they had somewhere to go. I had just messaged Colby and told him that I'd killed a big color phase bear. So Ryan and Colby came and heard my story firsthand and helped me drag the bear out.
Bows up like this on his hind legs. I mean, and I stepped back and he bowed up. I mean, I thought we were half.
Yeah.
Not as big as the black one, but
Congratulations.
yeah.
Good job.
What the heck happened to you?
He's got a pretty good story too.
Yeah, we couldn't get mine for a
That's why he's here with
cub
me.
up a tree by my dead bear, and how big's that sow?
She's probably 300 pounds.
She went over and just mangled my boar like a rag doll. I mean, just slobbering like a bucking bull, like Cujo, and just went ape on him. And anyway, she kept hanging around, then she spotted me or winded me.
Trying to defend her cubs, right? She's
She
worried about that
kept
boar.
kept coming. I was filming it. Finally, I just had to set the camera down, and I dug in my backpack, and I had that bear spray. And about from here to Brent, shot her in the face, that bear spray.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, be done.
She looked rabid. I mean, just
She's-
spit. And I was like, you know what? I'm not really scared of bears at all, but now's as good time as any to use this and see if it works.
What did it do?
Well, I thought it'd come out like a stream. You know, I thought I'd just plaster her. It'd just come out in a big old mist ball. And I'm not sure how good it got her, but she wheeled around just and popping jaws.
When we went back to retrieve Ryan's bear, the sow was gone and the old warrior of the north was there in all his glory. It was a magnificent animal and truly what you come to the far north to take. This bear was considerably larger than the color phase bear that I took. The months of preparation, being away from family and business, and the long travel to get this far north can be daunting at times and keep many away. But sharing these wilderness experiences with wild critters and good friends is a rare human pleasure. In modern times, it seems logical that people would retreat to wild places to find stillness, get re-centered, and ultimately quiet themselves long enough to reflect on what truly is valuable in this human life.
This is a secret for a long bear set. Old days.